What's up? I'm Hugz. That's Sam. Welcome. To Hugz and Sam. Today we're getting into My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 4, or Episode 67 in total, I think. Last we left off, young Stella. Izuku was in a very interesting position with Sir Night-Eye, basically saying that, hey, Tagata was much more deserving than you were, were, of receiving All Might's power.
Which is a little bit savage.
It was savage, but we've said the same thing from the beginning. Not the same thing, but we've said that we could see him being the successor. That we could see.
He like favors All Might, kind of like looks.
He's got
like
the
it.
cringy, cheesy humor.
Yes.
He's also like super buff. His power is very strong. He had a quirk to begin with.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And then
That
like
was
All
very
Might
strong.
kind of like said something that made me kind of be like, oh, is he regretting his decision? Does he think
Yeah, but then we had Izuku and Sir Night-Eye, where they had this weird like battle. He had to take the little stamp from his hand.
And he didn't. He failed.
Exactly.
But he still got into this.
Well, and he said,
program.
I didn't say I wouldn't put you through if you didn't, or whatever,
Yeah.
at the end. But the cool thing was, he was doing like the Gran Torino crazy movement.
Yeah.
And did not scuff or mess up one piece. One piece? I want to watch One Piece. One piece of the All Might collectible merchandise or whatever.
Right.
So not only was he already kind of like, oh man, he's using Gran Torino moves and like kind of impressed by what he actually could do, but looking back on it, realized it was even a little more impressive than it was.
And he also said that he had already decided before
take him on,
he even got there that he was going to take him on.
Exactly. I mean, we kind of knew, I assumed at least, that that's what it was going to be, that it was just like, feeling out process. The other thing too, there was something else I was going to say about that with the Sir Night-Eye thing.
We did find out
his
his
power.
ability.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say. His power was really cool, of knowing, and he said it didn't matter if it was a second, a minute, an hour.
Yeah, that
whatever.
he knows what someone's going to do
Yeah.
before they do it.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so it kind of like
Actually.
leaves nobody like a real like chance.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably ways around it
Yeah.
if you think outside the bun.
Yeah.
I like give me that half laugh. I mean, there's got to be ways around it, or like people that can cancel perks, things like that. But
Yeah.
then you would think he would know that they were gonna. But there's limitations on like him creating the circumstance where he knows.
Right, and that's kind of where I'm like,
Yeah.
what are the rules to this?
Didn't he have to touch them or something? What is it? He had to do something, and that like activated his.
I think it was touch them.
Yeah, that activated his ability.
Was it touch?
But anyway, we also have Overhaul and his team still out there. We still have League of Villains out there.
A bunch of dangerous folk.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff happening in the background. I want to see more of the Yakuza group, like the Yakuza, however you want to say it. I think Yakuza sounds cooler. But anyway, I want to see more of that because I love villain storylines. I think Overhaul is one of the coolest ones. I forget, we actually heard what his name was, and I can't remember what it was, but it was cool. He had a cool name too.
Yeah.
But Overhaul is the like villain name. But I want to see more of what happens if Shigaraki, Handy Andy, is actually going to pursue
Team up with him.
Yeah, the grouping. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because like I said, I laid it out before. Like, of course, there's gonna be a power struggle. Everybody wants to be the leader. At least in these groups, everybody wants to be the leader. I'm putting in airplane mode so you don't hear my phone. Everybody wants to be the leader, but I think the structure and the fact that they're both powerful groups will really help. And I hope we see more of that in this episode.
Yeah. Me too.
And also, in this episode, hope we see more of the Tagata stuff. I feel like we're going down a certain path, and I want to call it now before we get too deep in. And everybody's going to be like, you, last season, you didn't trust me there. Tagata is gonna like, if he doesn't already know, because it doesn't seem like he knows.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he knows that
he had the shot.
Yeah, Izuku.
If he finds out, how mad is he gonna get? And is he gonna? What was that?
Still sees that ladybug on the roof.
Oh, is he gonna be against Stella? Come here, baby.
It's just a ladybug.
Come here, baby. She's gonna go nuts. Is Tagada going to be like upset about it? Is this gonna be something that's gonna push him to that?
Like off the edge,
yeah,
like off the edge.
Or towards the other groups.
Yeah.
Also, what is the deal between Sir Night-Eye and All Might?
Right, like what is their beef?
Yeah.
Or do they have beef, or is it just like awkward?
Right now, so far, what we know, it's just awkward for All Might.
Yeah, it doesn't really
And there's
seem
some truth that he would be proved
right.
wrong or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into it.
See what's going down.
Hey guys, a lot of these anime reactions have been getting blocked, so make sure to go down to the description for a reaction link, or you can watch a full version over on Patreon. That's what I wanted. Okay,
yes.
But it does say depending on conditions. It's not like he's just going to come in and be like, okay, I'm completely cool with being your underling. Let's do this. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some guidelines here. And I just feel like Chisaki and freaking Shigaraki, that's the team. That's the dream.
Yeah,
the little tiny dude
dangerous.
cracks me up, though. The little tiny Raven dude or whatever, Plague Doctor guy. I like him a lot. I think he's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the more emotional episodes. Probably the first real emotional episode we've had this season, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we had a little bit in the first episode where he was talking about, like, the photographer was like, my dad, and got saved, and you're the future type of thing. But
and then the second one, it was more just, like, intense because we saw, like, death friggin' firsthand.
Yeah, that was just crazy. That was off the rails.
Yeah. The whole thing, though, like, all the way around. So, like, we had the whole thing with Eri was, like...
Yeah.
That was emotional just because it's like, oh my gosh, this
the way
little
she
girl
was like
is
shivering and like gripping on.
I'm like not okay with like, I mean, nobody should be okay with child abuse, but I'm like, I have no tolerance for it, and so seeing that little girl like that, it like freaking crushes me, and that would be like the only thing that I'd be thinking about.
Well, yeah,
Izuku like constantly thinking about it, like.
Well, I understand they had to let her go for the story's sake. I couldn't be okay with Izuku as the hero who saves everyone if he didn't at least have some sort of like pushback.
Yeah.
Like
if he had just left, I would have been mad.
Yeah. Just out of pure pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would have been so mad.
But it was Eri's choice. Eri saved them. Because
the fact that it was her choice was like, okay. But, like, had they made the choice...
Even Tagada was like, he was about to kill us.
Yeah.
And she saw.
But at least he saw, like, he showed his, like, killing intent. Like, he saw... I don't know if he saw that, you know...
But apparently also that power can, like... He's a dentist.
So what was that about?
So they said there was like a car accident or something. The police were chasing these bank robbers, and at the end they couldn't go after any of the Hasaki or whatever it is, whatever his group is, his Yakuza group, because there was like no crime committed. Everybody was uninjured, and like even injuries they had prior to this happening were fixed, like cavities or any kind of other issues that they had were fixed. So it's almost like he can regenerate people as well. Because they said it was with his quirk. And then also all the money was burned.
I wonder if he can, like... It's almost like maybe he can... It reminds me of Scar from, like, Full Metal, I guess. Like, where he can, like, decompose and... You know what I mean? Like, split someone apart and then...
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, I wonder if it has something to do with that. Because, like, the way he, like, explodes people makes me think that he, like, can mess with, like, their insides, like, their actual, like, composition.
Hold on, I actually did get to the right part. Okay. So there's a band of robbers. There's a truck accident involved some people. It was a band of robbers and Chisaki and like the other people. There were 0 casualties. Those from the band of robbers felt intense pain and passed out. But for some reason they were uninjured. And even chronic ailments like rheumatism and cavities were completely gone. So it's like not only were they uninjured, but they were like fixed.
So how
and
does
they
that
said
happen?
that they thought it was due to his quirk.
So I wonder,
and all the money that was stolen was burned up with nothing left.
I wonder if he can change the composition of somebody.
I don't know. He just straight like murked that dude in the hallway though, who let Aerie get out of there apparently.
I don't know. I'm messed up over this little girl. I want her to be saved.
Well,
like,
she looks
really cool. I know
cool.
this is like a fake show, but I'm like genuinely worried in my heart for her.
She makes me, I don't know why I keep thinking of Todoroki.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking of Todoroki.
She
Who did you say you thought she was?
Shigaraki.
Yeah, Shigaraki.
But
I could see that too.
There's something about her that makes me think that she has some type of a relation to somebody that we know.
I mean, if it was Shigaraki, that'd be messed up because they're joining forces and whatever.
Yeah, and I don't know. In the horn?
Yeah, that's what I don't know because nobody else we've really seen has horns, right? Except for like Mina.
That's what I was about to say, Mina.
Is that the only other person we've seen that has horns?
I think so. But, I mean...
And it's a different type of horn.
And also, what are all, like, the bandages?
I don't know, because I got an Aizawa vibe off of that at first.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. But the fact that she was in so much fear of Chisaki, like she was like shivering, crying,
and she
like
was trying to escape.
Like don't leave me, and then notices what's about to happen. So she's just like, the composure she has to be able to do that shows me she's so much more mature than like a small child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm like messed up over this, y'all. I know I'm probably being like a little extra, but it messes me up. And then putting that emotion to the side, we had Izuku and All Might's talk and how, you know, Izuku does not want All Might to die.
Yeah, it's like All Might wants to die.
Yeah. And the way he was like talking to him, like, please live, don't die. It's like, I'm sure All Might is just really ready to die, you know, going on out there.
And I'm saying, hey, Izuku could have changed his life. Like, he even says, you changed me. And, like, it's so out of left field for him to do that and give a quirkless middle schooler his power instead of, like, Tagada, who looks like he should be the chosen one.
You know, the parallels that I drew was Tagada getting All Might's power and Izuku being the sidekick. Like that, like that's kind of like the parallels I drew.
But I think that's why they crafted them in that way.
Yeah, because it's almost like they aren't supposed to be the way that they
Even
are.
Even Sir Night-Eye's hair looks like it could be Izuku
because it's got green. It's got green in it. Yeah,
my nose is itching. I think you're shedding and making my nose itch.
She's like, I'm innocent though.
She's like, this ladybug is just driving me nuts.
I don't even know where it went.
But anyway, that was super emotional. Anytime there's like the hero talk between Izuku and All Might, especially like brought up his mom and that whole thing about helping to raise him. Yeah. Anytime they bring up all that stuff, it's super emotional.
Yeah, it is. And whenever Izuku gets like that, where he's like, that really powerful, intense, like freaking voice acting is so good right then. No. When he does that, when he's like crying and. But he was like straight up calling him out, like, you need to tell me what's going on, like, you need to tell me what's up. Like, he was like, Izuku wanted answers. He kind of
deserves it. Like, he
doesn't, you know, he like stood up for himself. Like, it's just something he doesn't really do. So,
I don't know.
Like, tell me answers.
Let us know what you thought in the comment section down below. Like it if you did. Sub if you don't already. Shout out to our patrons watching the full and early reactions up on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. You really don't know how much it means. It means the world. We'll be back with more videos soon. We love you guys. Bye.